This week we are breaking down my instrumental titled Webb. This beat was created combining two different ideas I had for a beat, which resulted in me sampling two different songs. What is sampling? Well, the definition of sampling is the technique of digitally encoding music or sound and reusing it as part of a composition or recording. Basically, I'm taking a song that already exists, take a chunk out of it, and reuse it in a beat that I make. This method has been rooted in hip-hop's history used by lots of different producers. I learned how to sample both off the motivation of some of my favorite producers, and also because I can't play a keyboard well enough to create my own melodies. Now back to my beat, ended up being a combination of two ideas I had for two different beats, to which I sampled two different songs. The first song is Disappointment by Peter Nalich, and I'll play it for you here.
Why would you ever fear if I would far away? Whatever cause your tears, oh, I'll be around to say.
The first idea for a beat that I had was creating something similar to the vocals used in the background of the instrumental used on 1993 by Dreamville.
Yo, check it out. Hey, since 1993.
I tried to sample something on my own with somewhat of the same idea as in 1993, so I chopped Disappointment here. I then slowed down those chops to match the BPM of my beat, which is basically the pace my beat goes at. The second song I sampled is Extreme Ways by Moby. This second idea for a beat came from a nickname I was given in high school by my football coaches. They called me Jason Bourne because I killed DBs running routes as a receiver, similar to Bourne in his movies being able to kill and get away from the people chasing after him. The nickname has somewhat stuck since then, and I also have an appreciation for the Bourne films, so I decided to sample the main theme from those films, which is Extreme Ways. All I sampled from this song is the very first note of the song. Once I had these two samples, I put them together to create this loop. After chopping up the samples, I then laid my own drums on it by selecting a kick, snare, air rim, hi-hat, 808 bass, a scream, and some crackle to make it sound older. I then recorded myself drumming on the machine and created this drum pattern. After putting together my drums, I then attached them to the samples I chopped earlier. So up to this point in my beat making process, I used Machine 2 software by Native Instruments. This is the software I learned to use to make beats. However, when it comes to mastering them, which basically means making them sound professional when others listen to them online, I learned how to do this in Logic Pro. To move my beat from one software to the next, I create trackouts, which is basically each instrument exported as its own file. So I don't have the entire song together as one file. Instead, I have just the kicks, just the snares, and so on. I then start up Logic Pro and drag these files into the project and change the BPM to what my beat is at, which in this case is 86. I then created an output track on my project, then go over here to Basic Master. This Basic Master automatically creates all these different plugins that affect all of the tracks combined, and this is where I can adjust different areas so that it sounds crisp and clean. It is by no means a professional way of mastering music, but it gets the job done for me and my beats, and that's all I need. Sometimes I make subtle adjustments after moving my project to Logic. In this case, I added a reverb to the Moby sample so it adds some depth to it. Before, it sounded like this. After adding the reverb, it now sounds like this. I added the same reverb to the scream we used as well. Once I am done editing everything I need to do, I then export the file as a WAV file, which is a higher quality file type than MP3, and store it on my hard drive until I'm ready to publish it. I created this beat back in July of last summer, and now it is available for you to listen to on my SoundCloud and YouTube pages, which I'll link below. Thank you for watching my beat breakdown, and I'll see you at the next one.